Hi guys, how are you doing? This is the Jumper EZBook 2, and this is in fact my second unit. Now I picked this one up here from Banggood.com, who apparently have the second batch. So often the first batches have problems, and I bought this one hoping to get at least some fixes when it came to the issues I found that were present in my first one I reviewed. So here we can see this is the internal drive, which now instead of having the Bwin eMMC they used, this is in fact a more known brand. This is a Toshiba. I'll just quickly show you the device manager. So it's now a Toshiba 064 GEA. And these are the speeds here from my benchmark. Now, something happened to the write speeds. I did actually originally get 41 sequential write, but for some reason, repeated testing has caused that to drop right down. But the 4K random read and writes there are faster than my first model, which I have right here. So you can see the first model speeds, the reads are a little slower, and definitely the 4Ks, the Bwin drives normally always have very bad 4K random writes. But how that's going to affect that system just means that installing programs will probably take a lot longer, or a little longer than this one here. So other differences between the first model and this one, well, the USB 3 port on the side is now colored blue, so you can easily distinguish, okay, that one's a USB 3, and then the black port on the left, that is the USB 2. Now, unfortunately, just my bad luck, I do not know, it will not power from any of the ports still an external hard drive. So this is a Toshiba Basics 1TB drive. I would like to access it. Thank you, Jumper. And you can see device manager goes to almost detect it, but no, it just doesn't output enough power those ports to be able to access external hard drives. But I can report that if you use a powered hub, then you can. I made myself a little bit of a hack job here of a powered hub. So this is just using a micro USB 2 hub that I've used an adapter on, and that's being powered by 5 volts, 2.5 amps. And when I use this, plug that in, and then again plug in the external hard drive, now it will power it, and I will be able to access it, which is good. You can see now it's flashing away, and there we go, it's popped up properly. But unfortunately, Jumper couldn't fix that yet. Other noticeable changes, well, the keyboard bounce and flex, which was quite horrendous on my first one. Here you can see there is still the bounce, but not so much bounce, more flex actually. So the flex there still isn't that great, but it's definitely a lot better than my first model that I will put here again. And I'll just quickly show you. I'll apply equal pressure. You see that one definitely has so much more flex and bounce. And I found the typing experience on the newer batch, the second batch that I have here, is definitely better. Better because it doesn't have so much of that bounce there. So other things that have improved, or haven't, I should say haven't, because really nothing else has improved because the temperature's still getting up to 85 degrees. But touching it around this area here and using my thermal probe, I found that it doesn't get to 50 degrees around here anymore, but only to about 45. So give or take, that's probably just differences with thermal pads or the heatsink on there. So that's just minor. The other thing too with the trackpad still doesn't want to save gestures if you disable them. So if you want to disable the 2-finger scrolling or the 2-finger pinch zoom, if that's really annoying you in Edge, accidentally using the pinch zoom, you can go into the settings and disable it, but it doesn't actually work. So that's annoying. That still hasn't been fixed. So there we have it. So the second batch, unfortunately, we might have to wait for the third batch, or you might get lucky because there are some reports out there that people do have working USB 3 ports in their units. So hopefully when you do get one, that you're not going to be unlucky like me here and you have one without those problems. But it's good to see that Jumper, at least, I think, are trying to address some of the problems, maybe, maybe not, who knows, but it is definitely a bit of a Chinese lottery there when it comes to tech like this, because you don't know what components they're going to put in there. Obviously, they don't always use Toshiba storage eMMCs. You're going to either get a slower B1, you're going to get Toshibas. They could even use Hynix or Samsungs there. So if you are planning to buy one of these, fingers crossed for you that you get a good one. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully see you back in the channel soon with more up and coming videos.